What's that? Who's there? Oh my God, it's Bubbies.
Reset with a hard R.
Reset with a hard R. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bubbies podcast. I'm Ian.
And I'm Russell with a hard R.
Russell with a hard Russell. Today we're going to be talking about, yep, you guessed it, the most interesting topic on the face of the planet.
Dude, no one talks about this.
Yes, it's the hottest thing right now, the presidents.
Yeah, dude.
But not just any presidents, the presidents of the world.
Yeah, every president. So the president of China,
Zimbabwe,
the president of
Japan,
Canada,
Germany.
president of...
Are we including prime ministers in this?
No, because they're not presidents.
Fuck.
You gotta
that
be a-
means that all of Europe is gone.
You gotta be a president to be a president.
That means that we have to
commie.
talk about Africa.
You commie fuck. I don't want to talk about Africa.
I don't know anything about Africa except that the Zimbabwe dollar is like, you can buy a $10 trillion, literally $10 trillion Zimbabwe dollar bill for $2 on eBay.
The Child's Arcade of Chuck E. Cheese has a more stable and more valuable economy than the real life country of Zimbabwe.
Yes. It is absolutely true. It's crazy. I don't know how it happened.
It's sad, actually.
I'm crying.
I'm crying.
I'm crying at the moment.
I'm crying because I invested all of my money in Zimbabwe dollars.
Presidents are very interesting people. For instance,
Kings with a cooler name.
well, no, not really.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not a king at all. The presidents are they have a weird range because Calvin Coolidge, who was like the do-nothing president of the United States during the 1920s. I mean, I don't think he did fucking anything. He just got elected because there was like nobody else that year, which is the almost exact opposite of this latest election between Hillary and Trump and the sort of...
Oh, there was an election? I have no idea.
Wow. Funny joke. And there was the elections between some of the major presidents like Kennedy and Roosevelt. They're really interesting if you like, because my dad was very much into American history. He is like an encyclopedia of knowledge, and he would just tell me things randomly, and I've forgotten most of them. But all I know is that if you follow the election cycles of the previous presidents, it's actually a really interesting story full of espionage and, well, not really espionage, just dickery.
Well, yeah.
It's just dickery. But it's fun dickery. Whereas this latest dickery that's been coming out with Trump and Russia is not fun dickery. It's just depressing dickery.
It's a lot of D.
I would like there to be something along the lines of Nixon's Watergate incident, because that was you can like look back on that and laugh because he didn't need to spy. And he was just being paranoid, and he was like, "I'm not a crook," blah, blah, blah. And that's kind of funny. But like, Trump and Russia is not funny. That's just like, And Trump was supposed to be like the funny president.
Yeah,
he was supposed to be like the cool guy that everybody got along with. He's not getting along with anybody, not even his own people anymore.
Yep.
I don't want this to be about Trump. I want this to be about Taft. That fat ass bitch.
Isn't he the guy that died in the bathtub?
He is the guy that broke the White House bathtub because it wasn't strong enough.
I thought he died.
Well, he died. He died. He didn't die in office. He died shortly after.
He died of ligma.
Ligma. We can't do this for 2 weeks, though. You can't do the that's like a week apart. No, Taft was just a. Oh, if you don't know the presidents. Look up Taft. Look at him up on Google Images.
I don't know any of the presidents.
Have you got him? Look, he's the roundest knight of the fucking round table over there. He's in league with Sir Pizza.
He is the table.
I mean, he is the table.
He is the pizza boxes.
He broke his bathtub because he is the bathtub.
I like.
He was like a bank for food. Except he never made any withdrawals.
I'm gonna invest all my bread. Please, I'm gonna invest all my biscuits here.
I'm gonna invest this fried chicken into my stomach.
I'm gonna invest all these cookies. Goddamn, I really liked Obama.
I did too. And I don't see how people gave him shit for anything.
Oh, you don't? Totally had nothing to do with his skin tone.
Or the fact that he was born in the United States and not Kenya or Indonesia.
Yeah, dude.
He was born in Hawaii.
God, the shirts that I've seen, bruh. Oh, that's funny. Isn't that a fun karma thing to think about? He wouldn't have been president if we didn't steal Hawaii.
Yeah, if we hadn't stolen Hawaii, Barack Obama would not have been a U.S. president. So if that makes you angry, go blow up Hawaii.
No, don't blow up Hawaii. Blow up the U.S.
It's
government.
blowing itself up, actually.
Yeah?
The volcanic activity's gotten really bad over in Hawaii. What is Trump doing about it? Fuck all. Because he's a bitch.
Yeah.
He's a big bitch. I bet that Hillary would have done something about Hawaii. Not that cunt.
Bubbies.
I hate everything about the last election cycle. I can't get away from that.
Yeah, I love it. I love how Bernie Sanders would have beat Trump by a landslide, and that's not even like speculation, because a huge portion of Trump's votes were Bernie people,
because they didn't want to vote for Hillary.
Because we were like, wow, we're really sick of the status quo and just like faceless robots being politicians.
We're really sick of the Clinton Foundation fucking sticking its nose into everything political.
And then you've got these two gross old men, both yelling, both flailing their arms, both saying funny things, both, you know. Bernie Sanders has way more chill and is a lot more intelligent, but they were both, you know, like, I'm gonna, like, you know, Bernie would sit there with no neck and he'd sit there with no neck and flail his arms like a car balloon.
And he'd be like, we can't pay for college. And then all the people that are going to college are like, yeah, shit, we can't pay for college.
And he's like, oh, things. He's like, shit's fucked up. And then, you know, and then you know, the Democratic Party knocked him off because the Clinton the Clinton Foundation was like, we would like to maintain control of the U.S. government.
Pokemon go to the presidency. Bernie.
Hello, fellow kids.
I saw an article with like a title that was bashing Bernie. It's like, all of you cucks who like Bernie are being lied to. And I was like, are we though? The only misgivings that I would have had about Bernie Sanders being the president is the fact that we're in such a gridlock right now. We were in a gridlock with Obama. And we would have been in an even greater gridlock with Bernie because they would have pushed harder against him because he was so much more radical. And I don't know whose fault that is. Whose fault is it that we've got such a polarized political system here? Because Obama came in, if you remember, he came into the race being like, I will work together with the Republicans and the Democrats, the left and the right, so that we can get shit done. And then the Republicans, the conservatives were like, no, fuck you. And he was like, oh, come on, throw me a bone here. I'm trying to work with you. And they're just like, no, fuck you. And he was just like, well, fuck you. And so then he just tried to pass healthcare by doing a bunch of shit, which pissed a bunch of people off. But like, who threw the first stone? 'Twas the conservatives in my eyes. If we're wrong about that, you can't prove it because you don't know shit. We don't know shit either.
What's the lifeblood of evil?
Money.
Listen.
Who's got all the money?
No, listen. I hate the right now. I also hate the left right now.
I hate everybody right now
because they're both retarded.
They've all become.
Listen, the right used to be a lot more rational. Hate him or not, Bush was trying his best.
That's one way to put it.
I'll say that.
You gave him a gold star.
Bush was trying his best. You
should have given him the special presidency.
If you go back and look at footage of Bush and look at his decisions, he's just a good old boy.
I mean, you listen to him and he's got like conviction behind what he's saying.
He was just a good old boy. Obama was a good old boy.
Clinton was a good old boy.
Clinton was a very good old boy. They all had nothing but their only motive was being the president. And at the same time, a lot of like in Congress reflects that. Congress reflected that a little bit. However, now there is so much money in our government
money that we don't have. It's all like
there is footage of Bush saying we need gun control.
Yes.
There is footage of Ryan, the fucking House representative. There is footage of him saying we need gun control. Where
did all of that go?
There is footage. You can watch it.
It got phased out, though.
There's footage you can.
People like to forget that
when
footage.
Sandy Hook happened, when children were slaughtered in their own school with a gun that should not be in civilian hands, that was stolen by a mentally ill fucking loser. When that happened, everyone in Congress, there is footage. You can watch this yourself. It's not the news. It's not fiction. It's
C-SPAN.
footage.
It's Congress.
It is camera footage that you can watch.
It will never go away. It is American history.
There is camera footage of almost 90% of Congress saying, yes, let's do gun control. And then overnight, that number
flipped.
Fucking dropped.
Gone.
Why? Because the NRA started calling.
Because the NRA are a bunch of bastards and they're trying to get their fucking... I think, honestly, this is like conspiracy theory shit, but I wholeheartedly believe this. I think that the NRA directly benefits from these school shootings and these horrible events, because what do they do every time there's
they do. There's also
every time they buckle down, they're like, we need more, and then everyone's like, yes, we need more, and so they buy more guns. Where does it go? It goes to the NRA. It's like 1, 2, 3.
Because, school shootings happen, and then the politicians go, wow, that should stop. Let's do what all these other countries are doing to fix the problem. And then the fucking South and gun nuts go like, and so, and
my AK-47.
And then they buy more or whatever.
Yeah, they like stockpile. Like every time it happens, like every time there's a school shooting, rednecks, people who love guns, for some weird reason, will go out and they will hoard more. And they will become like, they have like tiny militias in their house. They're like, when the government comes to get my
I don't
guns,
understand that logic.
I'm gonna shoot them down.
I don't understand that fucking logic.
Good luck fucking getting hit with a Tomahawk fucking guided missile, dude.
What the fuck is that logic? Because the reason I hate the right now is because they're so ingrained in hypocrisy. And they have so much blood money on their hands. Those are the main two reasons I don't like the right. The reasons I hate the left right now is because the left's just fucking stupid.
Because they're weak-willed.
The left is just fucking stupid right now. There's no actual thought behind being left right now.
It's just the opposite of the right.
It's just like the left is just reacting to the right, and they're both just as shitty. There's so much blood money in the right now. And it just kills me how hypocritical the right is, because you'll have there are people that subscribe to being Republican, and in the same fucking breath they'll go like, oh yeah, I have nothing but respect and love for the U.S. military, and then in the next fucking clause of that sentence they'll go, but man, the day the U.S. government tries to take my shit, I'm gonna murder
every Marine that comes to fucking murder me.
Let me share with you my fantasy about how I'm gonna rig my front porch to explode. and that's not like, I've heard that before. And it's like, do you realize that the government?
You realize you're on the level of like a terrorist.
Yeah, like,
and that terrorists get murdered by the U.S.
And and Republicans' logic behind that is, oh well, if there were to be a civil war, then because that's the other weird, that's the one thing that has just always been a factor of Republicans. That's one of their biggest weaknesses.
Is another civil war?
No. Is that Republicans view themselves like Republicans think that that everyone should be a carbon copy, right? Like that's one of their biggest weaknesses, is that they think that they are like a carbon copy of every other right winger. So they think the entire military is right wing. They think everyone in the military thinks exactly like they do. So you like a lot of them fully believe with their whole heart that if the government were to turn evil one day,
evil, it hasn't already turned evil.
Again, another flaw with the right is that they see the world in biblical
black and white.
They see the world in biblical terms of evil versus good.
They're waiting for the Antichrist to come down.
They're not scared. Rational people like us are like, all right, the military is going to be given orders to go, take care of any problem. Take care of domestic terrorists. You're going to be on paper a domestic terrorist.
It's like when those militia faggots from Oregon were all holed up and they thought that they were going to create their own state when Obama got elected. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
They handled that beautifully.
Yeah, what happened? Nothing. They all just
waited it out. Eventually, they came to their fucking senses, except for the last two.
They just sat there in misery.
And then the public just sort of bullied them into submission after they sent them a bunch of dildos.
People mailed them dildos, and I'm sorry, but that like it's like because they live in this fantasy world. They watch too many westerns. That's what it is, you know. They like the four horsemen of the fucking Republican meme apocalypse is like Tweety Bird, John Wayne, Trump, and then one more. I can't remember. But like
Daisy Duke.
Every conservative meme has like John Wayne on it, and it's like
fucking cow. John Wayne was he was like a terrible person.
Piece of shit.
He thought that women were lesser human beings.
Bubbies.
A lot of women think they're lesser human beings.
That's sad.
Yeah, it is.
Ladies, take it from us. You are more than men.
Highly superior.
Yes, highly superior in almost every way.
If you show me even an inch of your butt, I am your slave for the next hour. Like if you show me the slightest bit of affection, I'm just an animal.
Do not overestimate the wiles of the male brain, because most of us fucking go nuts whenever you use your sex appeal. It's quite powerful.
Yeah, I know. And so like just
so ladies, you are strong, even if you think that you're not.
I'm telling you, man. And I like man has always known that too. That's not
a thing.
Yeah,
like man as a species, or like men.
No, like men have always known that. Right, because like, and we always blame it on them. Women in mythology, women in the Bible, Eve was a seductress. You know,
witches, witchcraft.
That girl's doing something.
That girl's wearing a shirt. You know, it's fucking burner.
All of reality is
she's trying to seduce me.
Yeah, woman does a thing, and then the man's like, whoa.
We can't have any of that shit.
And getting off topic though,
Bubbies.
Obama was really good. I liked Bush. I'm sorry, I liked Bush.
You liked Bush.
I mean, Bush is why I don't.
Bush is too much of a fucking idiot for me to actually like him. I mean, look in the situation he got us in.
But yeah, I mean, Bush is why I don't have a dad.
Yeah. Well, and you still like him though. Bush is your dad.
No, listen, like he made mistakes, but like again, this kind of goes back to last week's episode about music. I don't care as long as you're a genuine person. And that's not even just about music. That's about anyone in general. I hate fake people with a passion. I respect someone more if they have the balls to like make a mistake in front of me.
Who's the fakest fucking president right now? Fucking piece of shit. You're a piece of shit.
Bush was dumb. He was a good old boy. Bush was a frat kid that was given like, you know, God was like I don't
understand how he even got in there, because
his family, the Bush family is no different from the Clinton family.
But if it was the Bush family, it should have been the other Bush. It should have been the smart one, not the dumb one.
Who?
Jeb.
No.
Jeb he may not be, you know, smart, but he's a lot smarter.
No,
than
yeah, he
Bush,
is, but you
Bush.
saw how that went, and they probably knew.
I think that was largely a Trump thing, because you've seen the funny meme compilations where they're like belittling him.
Jeb is also like that has like this, like honestly a lot of his fuck ups had nothing to do with Trump. Like his own like campaign tour.
I think that it does though. I think that because Trump was getting so much momentum that they were feeling the pressure, and then that simultaneously caused them to lose focus of what they really needed to do.
Please clap.
Please clap.
Quote, Jeb Bush says like a Hugh speech.
Please clap.
And then no one does anything, and it's just like, please clap.
I think it's the same thing that happened to Hillary, because she had the worst. I hate her because she had the easiest fucking run ever. Hillary Clinton, established politician, who has supporters, who has people who support her, who stands for like all the good parts of American society, quote unquote. I won't blanket statement that, but, and then you've got Donald fucking Trump, who's been saying like 12 different things that don't correspond with each other, who says that he supports the gays, but he also supports Daisy Duke. And then he says that Daisy Duke doesn't support. He's like going back on himself, and he's making everything confusing. her only job was to reveal to the American people what a piece of shit he was, and it didn't work. It didn't work with. Of course, it's not going to work with like the guys who are too far gone. For the racists, for the KKK guys, for the people who are like really digging into what he says and really think he's right, they're gone. But everyone else should have come to Hillary, and that was her job. She fucked it up because she wanted everyone to Pokemon go to the polls. Dumb fucking horse shit is what the last election was, and it makes me angry because now we have to deal with President Trump and all this Russia shit.
I don't think he wants to be president. I
didn't think from the start that he wanted to be president.
I think he wants to bullshit his way out of running again. I think he wants to like. I think he's gonna fucking whip.
I don't think he is. I think he's too much of a bitch to admit that he's wrong, and he's gonna go again.
Well, no, I don't think he's gonna admit he's wrong. I think he's just gonna whip Nene out of the. I think he's gonna like. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be like when it comes time. He's gonna be like, "Are you running again?" He's gonna be like, "No, cause
fake news."
Cause fake news, and then like leave, and everyone's gonna be like, "Yeah, smart decision, Trump. Way to not run again." And they're gonna applaud him because they're animals.
Animals.
Because they're animals. God, I hate fucking Trump supporters.
I hate those
they're
animals.
so dumb. Like, if you voted for Trump, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Don't listen to us.
For God's sake, fuck off. Literally, fuck off. Take your dick, jack it off somewhere else.
Like, you're an idiot.
I don't want anything to do with you listening to
You're
this
a
shit.
fucking moron.
Holy fuck.
like it's a con man. He was a con man from like a mile away.
There's like there was the story that Hillary Clinton told where there's corroborated evidence where he hired a bunch of Mexicans to come build a hotel, and they didn't pay any of them because he said they did a shitty job, but then he just opened the hotel and it was fine. And everything was okay. It passed all the inspections. Everything was great. He's a bitch. He's a fuck. I hate that man. What a piece of fucking shit he is.
I mean,
his grandson is amazing though.
Bubbies.
The one that has the anime, the anime intro. He's fucking rad. He hates his grandfather too. Probably.
I'm sure he does.
I mean, just look at you.
His wife hates him, dude. Every time.
Does Melina hate him now?
Yeah, no.
Fourth fucking wife?
She always has, dude. If you watch any footage of them together, he is constantly trying to get like a hand. He's constantly going for her hand. Is
it like him and Ted Cruz and his family?
Yeah, kinda. That's even better though. Like literally, I saw one recently where like she legit swatted his hand away.
Wow.
Like it was like cause normally it'd be like, you know, he goes for it and then she just kind of like, you know, she does like the ear, she like, you know, put my hair behind my ear. But like there's one where they're walking, he sticks his hand out, she just goes smack and fucking like sends it the other direction. Just rejects him obviously in front of everybody.
Shit.
And it's just
what did he do?
Well, what do you mean? What did he do?
Well, what was it that time?
I saw
of all the things that he's done.
I saw a great green text story on 4chan that I think is perfect. It is the perfect explanation for her situation because it was a meme. So it's a green text story told from her perspective, right? So it was like, be me, hot Russian girl. Want to move to America so I can, you know, follow my dreams, but don't have the money to do so. Can't afford to do my, you know, fashion business. Meet dumb yuppie in fucking New York. He's kind of cute. You know,
he's got weird hair, but that's fine.
He's kind of cute. He's very American. He's very, you know, he's very lovable. He's very charismatic. He's got a lot of money, wealthy family, whatever. I'll be his trophy wife, whatever. He's just going to be a dumb, fat, you know, celebrity.
He's going to go build golf courses.
He's just going to be a dumb, fat celebrity forever. You know, wait a minute, what?
He wants to be the president?
He wants to be the president?
Why didn't you tell me?
Oh, God, now I'm the first lady.
Suka biet.
God damn it, now I am eternally linked to this moron.
Now I have to go and, like, follow up Michelle Obama. Real quick, let me just see what speech she did. I'll just use this one.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that? When she plagiarized a Michelle Obama speech?
Yeah, I do remember that.
That was really early on. That was a big mistake for her.
I don't think that was her. I think somebody handed her that.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's probably true. I would buy that
because she's intelligent.
Is she?
Yeah, no.
Because everyone that I've talked to is like, Melina, what a dumb fucking broad.
Well, I mean, again, because they see an attractive woman married to a dunce, and they go, "Oh, what? Oh, she's such an airhead." This goes back to what we were that we're trying to stay off of topic to begin with. You know, like since we live in a patriarchal society, when we see an attractive woman with an ugly man, we go, "Oh, haha." You know, he's the brains and she's the gold digger.
God damn it, I fell into that. Is she smart?
Yes.
Damn.
Yes. Yeah, of course she is. She has the intelligence to marry a dumb fuck who's ugly for his money.
That's conniving.
It's intelligent.
I guess you could call it that.
It's tactical.
It is tactical.
It's tactical. Hey,
unfortunately, it was a bad move.
Worse, okay, again, because she was using her strength. She's an attractive woman, and she's like, man, I need to get money fast. What's the fastest way for an attractive woman to get money? Marry a dumb rich guy, and that's exactly what she did. And I'm sorry, that is intelligence. That is not, because again, when women use their strength of being attractive to their benefit, it's always a negative thing, and it's like. And it's gee, I wonder why. It's almost like maybe we're jealous or something. No, that is something that I wish I was able to do. That's a strength I wish I had. I wish I had that fucking power.
I think it's smart in one respect, but I think it's more conniving. What's another example of something that she's done that was like, oh shit, she's smarter than the fucking president right now? I mean, she hasn't actually done much of anything.
Well, no, it's not what she's done. It's just her education, like her like grades and like her education and her IQ and stuff got released.
So she has a high capacity to learn.
Well, no, like her IQ is really high.
Yeah, a high capacity to learn.
Okay.
So, but what does she use it for?
She uses it to run a business that she's always wanted to run.
I don't know. It's the entire thing. With that entire family, it's just bizarre.
Bubbies.
I would love to see a show about like the Trump family.
They're all really bad at standing.
What?
No, if you look at any picture of the Trump family, none of them know how to like stand. They're all standing in really weird.
They all need a stando.
They all stand really weird. They just like except for Melania. Melania is just like I'm here, I'm standing. But like Trump's always like leaning forward, and like Trump Jr.'s always got his hands out like further. It's weird.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it,
the only cool people in the Trump family is the wife and the youngest kid,
and the grandson, who's like, I fucking love that kid. I don't know anything about. He's probably a little terror.
He's the Russian hacker.
Oh shit,
dude, he's the Russian hacker.
He's like, wouldn't it be funny if I got my granddad the president?
Yeah, no, I bet that's what it was. I bet it was like, hey, you need to get off Minecraft right now. We're going to Kuwait or whatever. And then he's like, no, I gotta save. And then they just unplugged his laptop, and he was like,
I'm gonna make you the fucking president, Dad. Then you'll fucking learn of that.
Will you learn?
Do you
think he has a Switch?
A Switch? He's probably. I don't know. Do they let him play video games?
I wonder what.
I feel like Donald Trump would be the kind of president, or the kind of father who would be like, video games make your brain go bang. Go manage my stocks for me.
He doesn't father anyone. That's the thing. That's again hypocrisy in the right. Conservative families are all about family unity and stuff, and at the end of the day, there's so much disconnect.
I'm not convinced that his son does actually know anything about Donald Trump's business. He probably selfishly kept all of that shit all to himself and didn't think of the future, even when he did know that he was going to run for the president and might have had a chance to win. I don't think he did think he had a chance to win, but he should have at least planned for it.
Yeah, I didn't think he I don't know, because it's weird. You can like tell that he was just doing it as a stunt. You can like tell that he was doing it just to because he's petty. The whole reason he ran is because Trump was like, oh wow, Obama, you're a shitty president, and then Obama like hardcore roasted him at like a socialite party,
which I love.
Fucking, because again, I mean, all of Trump and everything all comes back to the same core issue with America, and that's because America is a for-profit country. Mm-hmm. America is a for-profit society.
Riches.
Everyone here.
iPhone.
Everyone here exists to make money for themselves and them alone. Nobody and
to make more than they really need.
Yeah, it's like it's dumb because like there shouldn't be an elite class, but there is, and it's the celebrities because yeah, Trump and Obama just hang out at things. Rich people are so like rich people always gather together to like show off how rich they are.
I'm pretty sure they just all have sex with each other because of all the money. They fantasize about how much money the other person has, and they're like, yes. They just have these. That's like a. Do you know about oh shit, what is it called? It's something Grove. It's where the Illuminati meets. And that's like where, and like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates and Steve Jobs would all go to these things, and like it's super secret. No cameras allowed. And like they come and they meet. They have videos of like some of these meetings, but I think that one was for show.
They come and they come.
They come and then they talk about things, and then they just fucking fuck hookers in the face, and then they fuck themselves in everywhere else, and then they like go home all cathartic and being like, wow, I'm so glad I'm fucking rich and could be invited to this crazy club. Now, Warren Buffett and Bill Gates and all these, who is the richest man alive right now? Because there was someone that I saw who was recently named the richest man in the world.
There's
he
a
was
lot
worth
of
like 26 billion or something.
There's a lot of low key millionaires.
Yeah, people that you don't hear a lot about. But I feel
A lot
like
of them keep it secret.
Well,
because they're smart.
It's smart, but also, are they hoarding it? Are they using it for things besides their business and charities? Are they actually?
Well, no,
doing
they're
something?
keeping it. They're keeping it for themselves. But at the end of the day, I can respect someone that like doesn't use it to show off. They're just like, hey, I have $1 million bajillion. I'm just gonna keep that to myself.
I can't respect that, because if you, I think that it's like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett actually said, because they have like a coalition going on of people that are worth like, I think you have to be worth like $1 billion or more in order to join this club, and their whole thing is to like come together and brainstorm about how they can make the world a better place, which hasn't really come to any sort of fruition, obviously, because everything's just gotten worse.
It's fucking Amazon. It's fucking Jeff Bezos.
Is he?
The owner of Amazon is the richest guy in the world right now.
What a fucker. Wow. He's the richest guy.
He has more than $100 billion.
100 billion?
Yeah.
Fuck, man. So what does he do with all that?
Nothing, and that's...
He should be doing something with it. I mean, if you give it to a layman, well, no, not a layman, because there's the situation where it's like some random white trash person wins the lottery, and then they like go and buy a mansion and a field of horses and like get a pool with like 6 ripped pool boys, and then immediately after they go completely bankrupt because they don't know what they're doing. But people that have this wealth and they know how to manage it and they're smart enough to use it wisely, I think that they have a responsibility, like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates said, to make the world a better place with it. Because you've earned it. You have enough for yourself. You have enough for your family and the people that you care for. You have enough for your business. All of that surplus should be used philanthropically.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Reaganomics is a good idea, but it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work at all. It's not even a good theory.
Because it's not forced.
It's all based on trust. It's based on something that isn't American, which is you know, Reaganomics is like you making a whole shit ton of money, and because you have a bunch of money, everyone else gets a bunch of money because your money goes down to them. But instead, everybody keeps it.
The Lords worked hard to get where they are.
Yes, the Lords worked hard to earn their royalty. Their royal blood was earned.
Why should the Lords give more tax money to the king than we should? Just because we should strive to be like the Lords. Keeps plowing like a fucking peasant that he is.
Fucking, I don't understand that. If you subscribe to the idea of Reaganomics and that rich people should get richer, and you're not rich yourself, why?
Okay.
What's the logic?
I'll tell you the answer.
Bubbies.
It's because it's fucking funny. I laugh my ass off when these fucking losers say this shit. Because these fucking losers see themselves as future billionaires.
Yeah.
It's always the people defending...
They think they're the next Rockefeller.
Yeah, no, the people defending, like, rich people like keeping like not having to pay more taxes even though they make more money are the same people that are like, yeah, dude, I've got this great idea, or it's like, yeah, dude, I've got this big idea in the brain bank, you know, yeah, I'm about to invest a lot of stock, you know. It's people that are insecure about the fact that they have no money, and like, because people want to be rich for no other reason than to be rich. I want to be rich so I can fucking fund my ideas.
I want to be rich so that I can fucking have all of my, this is my end goal, right? This is my end financial goal. My end financial goal is to have my own house that has all the accoutrements that I could want. Big kitchen, maybe a movie theater because I'm rich. But fucking, and then like in like my little neighborhood living next to fucking normal people, I've got my mom, my dad, my brother. They're all housed. They're all fed and clothed. We've got everything that we need. All the rest of that, fuck it. Do whatever you want with it, people. You can fucking do whatever. But it's other people are like, I want to be rich so that I can have. I mean, who was the celebrity who, when they got all their money, basically made their house a Macy's, where they like made it into a store? Because that's what, like, when they were poor and they were young, that was like their idea of wealth, was a Macy's. All the clothes, and all the jewelry, and all the perfume and shit. And so they made their house into that. Who was that?
I don't know, and I don't care.
But that's like the kind of thing that lay people do with wealth. They utilize it terribly.
Yeah,
and then the people who really could use it don't have it because of Republicans.
But like, it sucks.
It's not Republicans, it's American society.
It's just American society, because it's all about me. It's about me. It's about how much money I can make. Haha, I'm gonna make so much. And again, the saddest part about it is that those same people that defend the wealthy
are the ones who are being affected by it.
Yeah.
Are the ones that suffer from it.
Yes.
They're deluded.
Like,
you're deluded.
The wealth, like the wealthy don't even have to. It's so funny because like the wealthy are the ones saying, "Hey, this isn't how things should work." And then it's like poor people that are going like, well, excuse me, why should he be punished just because he's successful? I should be, like everyone views themselves as an embarrassed millionaire.
Fucking, what's her name? Anna Disney?
Yeah.
Didn't work a day in her life. Didn't do anything.
Yeah, no, like literally.
She really worked hard for that.
Yeah, no, and again, this idea that you will be wealthy if you work hard, that is not true.
No, it's if you're lucky and if you're at the right place in the right time. That's what I'm basing my career on. Getting to the point where I can be as lucky as I could possibly be, so I can go and, I don't know, direct a few movies.
Luck is being in the right place and being prepared to be in the right place.
And after that, it's like, if the iPhone takes off, it takes off. There could have been a possibility that Steve Jobs couldn't have been as wealthy as he was and Apple would have failed if people didn't like the iPhone, or if there was something potentially wrong with it. Maybe there was something wrong with the iPhone's programming or something and it was just shit and that killed it. That would have been done, but they didn't, because they, in a way, were prepared, but they were also lucky.
Well, yeah, Steve Jobs is a bad example, though, because he was an intelligent guy. Bill Gates is also wealthy because of his own innovation. Wealth is sometimes the result.
Well, they also stole from each other, though, so that's also another factor of all of this.
But
they sort of like bolstered themselves.
Wealth is sometimes a factor of innovation, though, but that's a very small percentage.
I mean, what has Donald Trump done? Made a bunch of shrewd, fucky deals with a bunch of people?
He was only wealthy because his family was wealthy. He was born into a wealthy family. His kids
are all... A small loan of $1 million.
His kids are all wealthy because... he's wealthy, and because of his kids are wealthy because the family. It's nobility all over again. Nobility never went away. Nobility never died.
No, it's just remanifested itself. It manifested itself as soon as Rockefeller took off, because that was when this whole idea sort of became a thing. Because a little bit of American history. Rockefeller came to the U.S. and fucking invested in steel once he figured out that there was a great way that steel could be made cheaper and faster.
And stronger,
and
too.
Stronger.
It's the first metal of the metal crew.
And then,
he's finally back to build some rails.
and that just so happened that at that time, maybe it was cause and effect, but the steel industry boomed after when railroads needed to be made, and then by proxy when this new method of great steel came along, and he invested into it, and then he started like putting clever little shit in where like he owned everything involved with the process. That's how he made his money. He got lucky. He was there at the right place at the right time. He says it himself. I am an American. I came here from Scotland and I got lucky. I came with no money and now I'm the richest man in the world. At that time, he was the richest man in the world. That was luck. And that's where it all comes from. All of this rhetoric, all of the consequences of it that we face today come from Rockefeller.
Yeah, no, I have met people and people worship him. And it's so weird. I don't and it's because they're losers. It's because they want to be like them.
They're intoxicated by the idea that the chance. It's the same people why people do the lottery. They are intoxicated by the chance that they could be the lucky son of a bitch who inherits the steel industry fortune, or the lucky son of a bitch who they're not going to get lucky if they're not going to get lucky nowadays because all of it's like Silicon Valley shit. You have to actually make something. But people still don't quite understand that. They don't understand that in order to... In this society, you can't just like stumble across a new way to make fucking steel. It's a new way to make solar panels or something.
Yeah.
It's like a new drug that is made that like cures AIDS. The guy who invents the AIDS cure is going to be fucking...
I'm sure it already exists.
You think it already exists and they're just holding it because of money reasons?
Yeah.
I think that...
It wouldn't surprise me because our government's done all sorts of shitty stuff.
That's true.
Like fucking MK Ultra.
Yeah, which I told you about and you didn't believe.
I didn't believe you, and then I found the evidence and I went, holy fuck.
God, good goddamn. Holy shit.
Holy fuck. Yeah, no, the US government's got a pretty... Listen, I wholeheartely believe that the US is going to implode. Mm-hmm. Not soon.
Not soon,
but it will implode, just like Rome imploded.
We're facing some similar symptoms as Rome.
Yeah.
Bubbies.
When that happens, I'm fucking off to Japan. I'm going to live with my ancient cousins.
I'm gonna
Go to Japan.
Maybe.
Go with me. Because Japan is like the exact opposite. Because of their fundamental beliefs.
I love the people that are like, before we get into Japan, because I'm so ready to get into Japan. Japan.
We just dig into that butthole of Japan.
But I love when, patriots are like, well, if you hate America so much, why don't you leave? And it's like, I want it to be a better place for you. Like, you're who I'm fighting for, you moron.
You're the one that I want to bolster. You are the one that you and me will both benefit if what I'm saying is true. You and I will both benefit.
Because that's the biggest pain of this society is the first wave of infantry that you've got to fight to get change is your fellow man. Is the brainwashed lower class. Whenever the lower class wants change, they have to fight themselves. They have to fight the lower class.
Do you think that the brainwashing that we're facing now is stronger than before, than in any other period?
No.
Because, you look at...
I think it spreads farther, but I don't think it's as strong.
Look at the getting black people to vote and all of that entire era, the Martin Luther King era. You had an entire group of people who was disenfranchised, who was getting used and all of that shit. And yeah, there were some of them who were just like, this is better for everything. This is like the way it should be. But there was like a huge group of people who were like, this is not right and we need to change this. And then it took Martin Luther King Jr. to come up and start rallying people to make that happen. I don't think that there is a Martin Luther King Jr. that could come up and be like, you all are being fucked with. I think that it's too far. We're too far gone for that.
Yeah, we are, and I'll tell you why.
Our entire society.
I'll tell you why. Social media, because people like that have tried.
I need to start that cult.
People have tried to do that already. The gun control movement had a Martin Luther King Jr. for a very short amount of time. It was a kid. It was a kid that survived a shooting at his high school. But thanks to social media and like ads, and it all comes back to money. He got a lot of attention from people when it first happened, and then ad money was rolling in and stuff. Both people that agreed and hated him were tuning in to his live streams and whatever and stuff. And then like the second that people started actually like rallying and stuff, all of it shuts off. I don't, it's
What for?
probably to milk it. Because if you change the status quo, then that means money flow stops.
You're right. That's the whole Illuminati thing.
Look at us, a bunch of fucking conspiracy theorists. Either way, America is a shitty place to be right now. It has a lot of potential.
It's overall pretty good, but it's also got some really huge blaring qualities. I would much rather live here than I would in Africa, but that doesn't mean that America doesn't have extremely severe issues that need to be addressed ASAP.
Yeah, like America does some things better than Japan, and I mean, I give America a lot of what's the word?
Shit?
No, I do that. But I give America a lot of benefit of the doubt. I give America a lot of benefit of the doubt because America has a very wholly unique history and origin.
It was the first of its kind.
We are the only world power that is this young. We never had a medieval age. We never had like, you know,
we don't have thousands of years of history to look
we don't
back
have
on.
thousands of years of history. We are teenagers in the global scale, right? Yet we have to deal with hard issues that other world powers don't even have to. Do you think there's a race problem in Russia? No. Do you think there's a race problem in China? No. America is the youngest country, yet we are constantly hit with the hardest problems because we're the great American melting pot. So, like, you know, a country like China that's got like bajillion years of history and, you know, and like lore, and like they very much are aware of who they are. You know, it literally is like, you know, old people versus young people. America is still a hot topic teenager. We don't know what the fuck we are. We think we do, but
We're all confused.
We're all just
Our body is changing.
we're all just confused. And like Mike is just really hot, but Tony has a good personality,
and I'm growing hair everywhere.
and Jessica has boobs now, and everyone's looking at her and not me. And like America's just a whiny teenager right now, but it sucks because we have a loaded gun.
Because we are super strong.
Because we are extremely strong. We're literally we're like an emotional teenager with a fucking fully loaded, you know, hot to Glock.
And right now we're ready to shoot up a fucking school.
Like,
oh my lord.
It's, you know, and then also all these other countries that are like very wise and have already dealt with their shit. You know, like social media didn't exist when Genghis Khan was fucking raping and killing everyone in China. Like, could you imagine that? It's like, wow, Genghis Khan, what a you know, like, wow, Genghis Khan, what do you know, like Genghis Khan's Twitter, like, you know, like that's like being held responsible for your mistakes is something that
As a country
is something that a lot of other countries don't have to really deal with.
which is something
like
that
we
Japan
do.
exemplifies really, really well, because, you know, they paired with Hitler. All right. They made a decision that they thought was best at the time. And then when they lost, they accepted the loss, and then they accepted help. They didn't, you know, oh, you blew us up, fuck you. Instead, they like embraced us, and they had the wisdom to, I guess, forgive us, even though they're still a little bit bitter about it. But
Well, I mean, yeah, we're the only.
it's understandably bitter. It's an understandable bitterness, which isn't really that big anymore, because they realize that if they get help to rebuild their society, they can come back. And there's a wisdom to that, a wisdom of a society. And Japan's society is all about, you know, it's all about balance. It all comes back to the Zen thing and the Shinto stuff. And I think that's why everything is just overall better in Japan. From our visits there, it's like, you know, the homeless people aren't constantly begging you for money or being weird or creepy. They're just there, and they're just like, hello.
I'm homeless.
That's fine. Please don't pay attention to me. I'm just homeless. I'll do my own thing. And then everyone's just like, hi, wakarimashita. And then off you go. Fucking, you know, they're really, really racist in Japan. Japan's super racist, but they don't show it.
They keep it
outwardly.
themselves.
They keep it to themselves because they realize that there's no point in creating enemies by, you know, making that their main thing. Is like, fuck, we're over here, we're just like, fuck the blacks. And over there in Japan, they're just like, I do not prefer black people, but it does not matter. You can here have some inari sushi or something like that. Like they keep it contained because they're wise. It's because of the way that their whole society was brought up. Their whole teenager years was that that era where there was like a billion different clans going around.
Yeah.
And then they sort of developed into the Edo period, and then once the emperor stuff sort of went away, now they're like a full grown adult.
And like,
Japan
you know,
is.
and
there's a maturity to them that you don't see in a lot of countries. Their society is just magnifique.
you know, and then Gaul had a huge, like, you know, century-long phase of fucking slavery and war
Just
and
naked purple people.
and dealing with fucking Romans and dealing with shit, you know, and then they become France. And then they deal with blue bloods, and they deal with nobles, and they're cutting, you know,
cutting people's heads
Viva
off.
la Revolution,
Viva la
and then they get butt fucked by Hitler, you know, and it's like all these other countries have centuries of experience over us, and so that's why the rest of the world hates us so much. Is that America is a millennial? That's right, conservatives. Fuck you. The country you love so much is a millennial.
It's acting like one.
We're literally a millennial because we have all this power, but we don't have the experience
To use it properly.
And
use
so
it
that's why I give America. That's why I want America to be better. But I'm sorry, America. If I have the money and I have to, I'm leaving you behind.
Yeah, fuck
I will
you.
go live somewhere else.
There are much better places out there. There are little villas in Italy where I can get away from all of this crazy bullshit and just be a fucking cook, raise tomatoes and drink wine and do whatever. I don't need to deal with this shit.
Like Neeland says all the time. He's like, sometimes I get homesick, and then I come back to visit for a week, and I realize how fucked. And I realize how fucked it is here, and I cannot wait to get back to Japan.
It's just
Because it's just calm, man. Japan is so calm. We should make next episode about Japan.
Japan.
Yeah. Tune in next time at Bubbies Japan.
Bubbies Japan series.
We'll make it like our first special episode.
Special episode. Do you think that we should get some special guests? Do you think that we could like hook up Neeland?
Maybe.
Because he's living over there. Do you think we'd be able to schedule with him?
Maybe.
We'll see next time if we can get a friend, an American living in Japan, on the podcast, so he can give you a few insights on what it's like over there for real, not just in what you see in the anime.
And then us who have visited sometimes.
Yeah, me who's been once, and Russell who's been twice.
Yeah.
But fuck, it only takes one visit, really. You go there once and you're hooked. It's like a bug. It's like the acting bug, except it's a Japan
It's
bug.
such a unique place. But yeah, we'll talk about that next time on Bubbies. Remember to like and share.
Remember that we're just on YouTube. Last time, I think we're going to say that. Email us questions and anything else at bubbies.podcast@gmail.com. And we will see you next episode. Be ready for some easy Japanesey.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Yo.
Some daijobu shogunai.
Daijobu.
All right, bye-bye. I love you, Bubby.